Hello, my beautiful friends, my beautiful people. So today here, we're going to go ahead and talk about Joshua Amos. And if that name doesn't sound familiar, that's because, well, not a lot of people are talking about him. And that's what I like to do here. I like to talk about cases that not a lot of people know about. So, okay. So, I want to get into this a little bit here. Joshua is 32 years old. He grew up with a loving aspect of Caseyville. So he lives in Caseyville. He likes to be out in the country. He loves being by creeks and in the forest, and he just loves anything that's outdoorsy. Josh has 2 daughters, and they are 8 and 11 years old. So he loves taking them out on the boats, going swimming, and just spending Mother Nature with his girls, which, you know what, a lot of people don't do anymore. So it's kind of awesome that he does do that. So he's no longer with the mother of his child, but his mother currently said that he's actually pretty good at co-parenting. And so him and his ex end up co-parenting a lot, and they're actually... They don't cause a lot of drama with that, which is nice. So Joshua was living with roommates in Grantsville City, Illinois. So this was about 20 minutes away from Caseyville at the time that he went missing. Christina, his mom, says, she spoke to him on March 17th, 2023. Like I said, this is really recent, so you might have not heard of this. So everything seemed to be normal. He discussed his girlfriend and weekend plans. A month before, he had begun a new job and everything. Christina, his mom, also stated, you know what? Josh had only recently actually started working at the Precoat Metals in Grantsville City. And the pay was pretty good too. So that's one of the reasons why I took it. And it was a fantastic job that he was happy with. He put in a lot of overtime there as well, just to try to help and make, the extra money and make ends meet there. And he speaks with his mom a lot. So a few times a week, if not every day, he's always talking to his mom, right? So his mom, Christina, says that on March 19th, her youngest son ended up calling her with some unsettling news. He started apologizing for everything that he had ever done. He's on the phone, freaking out, saying I'm sorry for this, I'm sorry for that, I'm sorry that I was a bad kid, I'm sorry that this happened, and was just going on and on about apologizing. His mom didn't know what to make of that. It was what is going on? Going ahead and apologizing for everything that's happened in the last few years, and I don't know where this is coming from. So Josh had actually gone out with a few of his buddies, and he went out with his buddies that night before. And then after that, no one actually got in touch with him after he was seen at the strip club with some of his pals. So they were all at the strip club, and his friends say, yeah, he was just headed home. And that's the last time that anyone's heard of him. So the Washington Park Police Department receives the report, youngest son that day. He ends up calling police. His brother does, and being hey, my brother Josh is missing. No one has seen him since last night. We don't know what's going on. And Christina ends up calling police too and being I don't know where he is. I don't know what's going on. According to his mom, he said that she was saying that what she thinks happened here is that in the early hours of March 19th, Joshua went to Scarlett's Cabernet. It's a club that's in Washington Park with 3 of his buddies that are from Granite City. It takes about 16 minutes to get there from where he lived. They lingered there until about almost 5 a.m. So it's about 4:58 in the morning, which, that's pretty late on Sunday. And according to her, Joshua is actually captured inside the parking lot outside the club, and you can watch him leave the area. So he does leave the area like on his own with no one else by his side. So Christina said that she spoke with a few friends who were with Josh that evening, and they claimed like he just left. One of them stayed behind and searched for him. They were never able to like locate him. So like they're saying like, well, he just left. He didn't tell us that he was going anywhere. He just all of a sudden disappeared. So his mom actually reported that he was seen again 5 hours later at a train station. And this is very weird because like normally he doesn't get on a train. So that was kind of odd as well too. So this was a few minutes from the club though. Christina ended up talking to a bus driver that was around the area too. And the bus driver claimed that he got on the bus and he was going to Granite City to go home. And the bus driver said that he appeared to be incredibly, like really, really cold and just like lost. And he insisted he needed to return home to Granite City. That's where he needed to go. He needed to go home. He kept telling this to the bus driver. His mom claims that after the bus driver assisted Josh in purchasing a bus pass because he couldn't figure it out and he was just like having a panic attack at this point. His mom said that the driver said, all right, get on the bus and I'll take you to Emerson Park Metro Link. This was at 6:45 a.m. in Emerson Park. So he is actually seen on camera and he is spotted waiting for the train, but he never boards the train when it arrives. So the train comes and goes and he doesn't get on it. So the last confirmed sighting was captured on 7/28 Sunday morning. He was seen on camera at the EJ Motors Transport in East Louis, which is roughly around 5 minutes away from the Metro Link stop that he got on from the bus. So Josh can be seen strolling around the parking lot. No one's pursuing him. There's no automobiles near. We saw him on camera at that point. Christina recalled he was around there for like 2 hours and just like walking. It would be like 2 hours if he ended up walking there from his house. So it seems like, it is doable, but that's a long walk. So police department have conducted numerous searches for him with the assistance of the Illinois State Police Department. And they've also looked around all the surrounding clubs that he was at and frequented. So not just the same club that he was at that night, but the ones that he frequented as well. So he was last seen on a security camera leaving the parking lot, walked away from Washington Park around Lincoln Avenue and 17th Street. He continued by, and there have been many reports and sightings of him, but none of them have been like confirmed at all. There's no evidence to saying that this was a result of any criminal activity. Christina mentioned that Josh's friends and relatives have been looking for him, conducting dog searches, cadaver dogs, everything. So everyone ended up gathering together at a friend's house before Josh left. And Josh actually left his cell phone at his friend's house. So his cell phone has been there the entire time. So there is no cell phone tracking him at this point. It was all off surveillance. Without a cell phone, hasn't used his bank account or license plate vehicles that can be tracked him. There is no activity on his card either. Several callers have claimed to have seen him, but each time it proves like it's not him. And that's gotta be really hard on the family. That's gotta be an emotional roller coaster for sure. So his mom said too that, regarding the disappearance of Joshua, some people are saying that Joshua had allegedly been robbed and that maybe he tried to get on the train. He couldn't because he got robbed. But we don't know. We don't know if this is true or not. This is a tip that came in, but it's unfounded. She said she doesn't know what happened to him. She does have a theory. She thinks that he might have fell asleep somewhere and then just didn't wake up and died from exposure of the cold, which is very possible, especially if he's been drinking. But there is a Facebook page called Bring Josh Amos Home. So if you are dedicated on trying to find him and figure out what happened to him, you're more than welcome to go there. Josh's family is offering a reward to $2,500 with anyone with information that might help locate him. And she says too, you know what? His girls need him home. They just need to be able to hug him and have their daddy back. So he is 5'11". He is 190 pounds. He has brown hair, brown eyes. Last seen wearing blue jeans, light gray long sleeve crew neck, and Adidas tennis shoes. So he does have several tattoos that kind of stand out, including his daughter's names, which is Bella and Mia. Those are on his chest and Chinese symbols on the right bicep. So, and he does apparently have a distinctive walk, according to his mom too, because he has lower back pain. So if anyone has information, please reach out to the Washington Police Department. What's interesting though, this same day in Louisiana, there are confirmed 12 UFO sightings. And no one else is bringing this up. No one else is bringing up the fact that there was 12 UFO sightings and a man that just disappeared. Is that coincidence, or you know what? Was he abducted by aliens? I mean, I feel like it's a tricky question there too, and it's like no one brings that up. That technically maybe aliens could have taken him. Who knows? Like, there's 12 UFO sightings. 12. Like, that is an insane amount of number. Normally when I'm looking up these cases and stuff, there's 1 or 2 within that day of that area. But 12 UFO sightings is absolutely crazy to me. Absolutely crazy. But I do want to point out real quick. So guys, especially like with Father's Day coming up and everything, if you're looking for a loved one or you want to know who people really are, you can find these things out, and Truthfinder is a great way to do so. Truthfinder actually allows you to search for people, find their background, find out where they might be living, their phone numbers, email addresses, all of that. So I do have that linked in my description. So feel free to check out Truthfinder, see if you can uncover the truth about the people that are closest to you. And as always, guys, just keep fucking going.